CASPAR, race 5, Dancing Classics is your runner here. He's having only his second run. I've got written very professional on my notes next to his debut. Do you concur?
Yes, I do. Nice horse. You know, it took us a long time to get into the races, as it's well documented. So obviously we hope he can come out and give us a big effort second up. It's going to be tough. He's only a small horse, but carrying a big weight. At least we're luckily drawn on the right part of the track, and he'll get his chance again. But that last 100 with the 135 is just going to, might take its toll a little bit, but I still think he'll acquit himself really well.
Yeah, no, certainly the draw is a benefit for him. I wanted to ask you, actually, sort of lead me on nice to my next question regarding to his sort of size and stature. Not super big, not the most robust horse potentially. Do you have to do much with him?
Look, leading into his first round where we had to give him great grounding and stuff, and it was nice that we finally got him there, and I'm happy to say he's pulled up well, so that's why we're going to the races. And I think he's a horse that's definitely class 3, no problem. So, we should have a bit of fun with him.
And just looking at the race on paper, Caspar, I mean, there are plenty of newcomers in there. One or two perhaps have got a little bit to find. The likes of Moon Rocket and Lahore certainly look like they're up to the task. But, I mean, yours would be the one to beat still, wouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely the one to beat. But like I said, the 135 is a bit of an anchor. I think Lahore's a good horse. He's getting there now. So they're going to test us, but hopefully we're all just going to rise up again. So that's just there to have a bit of fun and hopefully have a big performance.
Zach, some nice rides coming up for you on Sunday. Light Years Charm is one of them in the 7th race. He's a horse that just continues to go from strength to strength, hasn't he?
Yeah, he sort of hasn't really done much wrong, has he? He's been fairly consistent all the way through, and he doesn't help himself at the start. He can be a bit slow out at times. Hopefully he can get better as time goes on, and he's going to need to here because it looks like there's a little bit of speed and he doesn't want to be on the back foot from the get-go and chasing the whole race, so hopefully we can get out cleanly.
I'm not sure if that was the case last time, Zach. I mean, just watching it visually, it looked like you didn't want to give him a hard race. Not that he needed it, but it was a cosy win.
I didn't have much choice from where I was, to be honest. I just had to sit and wait for a run to present, and when it did, he got through there nicely and did a good job, so we were happy with that.
He's had a recent trial and you didn't ride him. I'm not sure if you've gone back and seen it, but he looked to trial well.
He did. He seemed to get out the gates a little bit better, which is really what we're after. We know he's got the ability. He's just trying to manage him to get him to do everything right.
Yeah, I know he's obviously up in grade now as well, which does get tougher, but the form of his last race has worked out okay. New Forest was 6th behind him. He's come out and won, so on paper it's strong anyhow.
Yeah, it is. These are much better horses than what he raced against last time, so he's going to need to go to another level, but he gets a weight relief and he's going to get the speed there to suit him, so he'll get his chance.
Zach, race 9, you ride Forza. He's a horse who really has progressed nicely out of Griffin races. He's had 2 runs this season. Both of them have been victories. I'm sure you'd be hoping for much of the same again.
Yeah, of course. Jamie's been really patient with him and he's allowed him to develop, and he's certainly done that. He seems to go from strength to strength all the time. His recent trial was good. He's got the extra weight to carry, but it looks as if he's in good form and acquit himself well again.
Can we put I suppose, not necessarily improvement, but the fact he has continued to step forward down to the blinkers? He's worn them his last twice.
He won without the blinkers, but it certainly did seem to help him. But I think just time has been his friend. Jamie's managed him really well and given him his opportunity to develop, and didn't rush him back to the races at the start of the season and try and get up him. He just let the horse come along nicely as he needed to, and he's repaid him.
I thought what was quite telling last time is that when you sort of called upon him and you needed him, he responded well for you, didn't he? I mean, he is looking that much more mature horse now.
He is. He's a really genuine horse. He tries, and he had the leg issues where he was just a bit sore all the time last season, so now he's got over that and he seems to be striding out a bit more comfortably. He's handling things well.
Luke, Little Paradise is your ride coming up in the last race on Sunday. Hard to find any fault with this fellow so far. 2 runs, two nice wins. Yeah,
he hasn't done anything wrong yet. He is still young and learning the ropes, but he seems to be talented. So he's pulled a nice enough draw, and if we can get a nice run in behind the speed, then hopefully he can reproduce.
When you look at his 2 runs, Luke, obviously the first day he went from the front and just sort of bossed it and won, and next time out you had to change tack a little bit. How impressed were you as his rider in his ability to do that as such a young horse?
Yeah, really impressed. Obviously his first win he was drawn out wide and thought we would take luck out of the equation and just sort of dictated off the front, and he did that. He did surprise me a bit last time. When he's not asked to begin that fast, he can be a bit lazy and behind them. But when I popped the question, he responded smartly, so it was a good win. And it's nice to see that they can do it both ways and be versatile. So now he's put a nice barrier. Hopefully he can begin well and put himself in a nice spot.
Yeah, it was a nice trait to have, I suppose, and obviously looked impressive doing it. I mean, he is just a 3-year-old. Jimmy's, I think, got a nice one here, hasn't he, really? I mean, on what he's done so far, probably after this maybe he gets put away, but next season he could be a really nice horse, couldn't he?
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting. He's obviously going up tougher grade now, but in saying that, he's got to do it, and it'll be a nice sort of test to see where we are with him, and yeah, obviously next season he'll, just with natural improvement, hopefully be better.